Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building a CRUD application in Node.js, Express and MongoDB. So this will be a WhatsApp groups join kind of application where you can add WhatsApp groups, delete it or update it. So this is a demo. So if I click this add WhatsApp group, it will be redirected to this form where I can fill out the name. Let's suppose I fill out the name as programming, and then we need to give it a WhatsApp invite link. So let me just copy this link here, and if I paste it here, you will see that as I click add WhatsApp group, then automatically this group will be added and it will be displayed in a nice table like structure where name is given, link is given, and these two operations will also be given, update and delete. Either you can update the existing record. Let me just click this pencil icon, so you will see that it will redirect it to my form here. Automatically all the values are inserted. Now you can change the name, let's suppose programming 1. If I click update, you will see the name is updated, you can see that. And also I can delete this by clicking this dustbin icon, you can see that. So this is a CRUD kind of a application. Let me add the record once again and add WhatsApp group, and let me just show you. Let me refresh my database. You will see this entry which is there inside MongoDB community edition that I'm using. And the nice thing about is application is that, guys, the validation is also there. So if you don't fill out any sort of detail, it will ask you to fill out this detail. And let me just provide the name, and let me provide an invalid URL. So it will be asking to as an alert statement, please enter a valid URL. So I need to enter a valid URL, valid WhatsApp group invite link. So let's suppose I enter a invalid WhatsApp group invite link. So it is a valid URL, but it is not a valid WhatsApp group invite link. So in that scenario, the error will change to please enter a valid WhatsApp group link. So all the validation is there, guys. So this will be the application that we will be building. So let's get started. All the source code of this application is given in the video description. So go to the video description and you will be redirected to my blog. So inside this blog, all the screenshots are given, all the step-by-step instruction is given, all the source code is embedded. You can just click the copy option to copy the source code, or you can download the source code by having the clicking this button at the bottom of the blog post. Click this button and you will be redirected to the GitHub repository. So here you can just download the zip file to follow along the video. So let's get started, guys, by building this application. Let me just stop this server which is running and close this window. So now I will make a new folder which will be, let me just make a new folder. So this will be Node.js WhatsApp CRUD. So you can just name anything of your choice. So here you need to first of all open command line and enter npm init -y. So this will create the empty package.json file, guys, for you. So now we will be installing dependency. So first of all we will install Express, which will be the server on which we will be executing the application. Then we will be installing body parser. So basically this will be the dependency which will get the actual things from the form. So I have given all the dependencies name in my blog, so you can see that Express body parser. Then we will use Mongoose. Mongoose will be the library which will interact with the database. Then we will use method dash overwrite. So basically this is a middleware, kind of a middleware in Express, where we can use the put request in Express as a post request. Then we will use the template engine EJS, and then we will also use a dependency which is valid URL. So basically this will be validating the URLs which will be submitting inside the form. And lastly we will use the nodemon dependency which will automatically restart the server. Now if I hit the enter button, so it will install all these dependencies. So it will take some time depending upon your computer speed, so just wait, it is installing. So after that we will be starting our Express application, so just wait. So I'm now not pausing the video, so you need to watch the entire video. So it is just installing. So there are many websites which are there on the internet, which are basically this is a simple concept which is used. So you can see that this is a website, all these links are there, so you can click any of these links and you can join WhatsApp groups. So basically in this video I try to solve this concept, how to make this application from scratch in Node.js. So now we can open this inside your editor, Visual Studio Code. So here we will make our simple Express app first of all. So if you open this folder, you will find a package.json file to you. So it is just opening. So you will find this package.json file. If you open this, you need to make some slight modifications. First of all, you need to change this index.js to app.js, and then we will add a start script to our application. So start, and the value will be simply nodemon app.js. Now basically guys, we will make our index, or sorry, app.js starting point of our application. So in this, first of all, we will import express. So const express, we need to require it, and then we will initialize a simple express app like this. We will use the app.listen function to listen on port 5000, and then there will be a callback function which will execute, and we can print out on the screen console log app is listening on port 5000 like this, and then we can just make a get request on the home route. When we open this request response, and then we can just send out a response sent hello world. And now guys, I can run this application by executing the command which is npm start. So you will see that it will start the application at port 5000. So you can see that if I go to my application, so basically it will return this response hello world. Now we can initialize our template engine. Instead of returning this hello world, we need to return a simple file. We can send out response.render. So inside this we can send pages/index. So we need to create a views folder. For that, create a views folder. Inside this you need to create another folder which will be pages. And now inside this pages folder you need to create a file which is index.ejs. EJS is a template engine. So here we will be making a simple boilerplate code. So I have included the Bootstrap CDN for CSS and jQuery CDN. And now inside this we will have a container class of Bootstrap, and inside this we will have a simple heading which is add WhatsApp, or you can see that WhatsApp group join, the title of the application, WhatsApp group join. And here also I can change the title to WhatsApp group join. And now what we need to do here is that we need to set the view engine, which is pretty easy. App dot so there is a function which is used to do it, app.set, and inside this you will pass the first argument as view engine, and the second argument you need to pass as EJS. You need not have to require any sort of dependency. After writing this, hopefully it will load this page, that is index.ejs. So automatically it will start the application for you. If I reload, you will see your heading which will be WhatsApp group join. So now we will make our interface really quickly. After this container we will have a break tag, and after this heading also we will have a break, and after this we will have a simple button which will have some Bootstrap classes, btn, btn block, and btn danger. So the text will be simply add WhatsApp group. So if I refresh it guys, you will see a button, add WhatsApp group. So if I click this button, I will be redirected to a form where I can add a WhatsApp group. And let me just go to my app.js, and here we need to initialize a get request Let me just see. A get request to slash add group, and then it will be request response, and here we need to render out a different template here this time, which will be pages slash add or edit sorry, we did not have to write any sort of extension. So here we need to create a second file for this. So go to the pages directory and this time create another file, add or edit .ejs. So similarly we will write this template bootstrap. So now guys, what we need to do is that we need to bind this so wherever we have written this uh, index.ejs, this is it. Let me just change this to anchor tag, not button, because with the help of anchor tag we can have our href attribute. So with the help of href we can point to links. So add group, so it will go to slash add group. Here you can see that it will go to this uh, template. So here inside this template we will write our form. So now if I refresh the application, you will see if I click this I will be redirected to slash add group. So now I need to render out the template for this add or edit. So inside this what we need to do is that we need to contain make a simple form where we can add the group. So again we have a break tag and the heading will be simply we will be having a text center, and the heading will be simply here add WhatsApp group. So basically this will be add WhatsApp group. After this also we will have a break tag, and then we will have a simple form guys. Form action will go to the home route, and this time the method will be post. So we will make a post request whenever we want to submit this form. So inside this guys we will have two fields. So the first field will have the name of the group. So let me just give a name attribute to it of name. The placeholder will be simply name of group, and it should be required for the validation. That's it. And also let me just give it a bootstrap class. So bootstrap class will be form control. So for the second I can repeat this process for the second field, which will hold the URL. So here I can change the name attribute to URL, and the placeholder will change to URL of group. So it should also be required. And lastly we will have a simple button. So button uh, danger and button block. Sorry, let me just change this to primary, so it will have a blue color instead of red. So let me just add this class guys, so which is btn block. So the label will be simply add group, like this. So the form is complete. Let me now refresh it. You will see your form here, name of the group and the URL of the group. So here you can see that. Let me also add a simple button where I can click that button and go to the home page. So right before the form we can have a button here, or an anchor element, which will have is btn block, btn danger, and the label will be simply, let me provide a label. This is back to home, and the href will point to like this slash symbol. If I refresh you will see a back to home button. If I click this button I will be redirected to the home page. If I go to this you can see that. Let me just create some space, have a break tag like this. So now guys the interface is complete for the application. Now in this juncture of time, we can add our connection to the MongoDB database. So for that, we can just create a new directory, which is models. Create this directory, and inside this, we will create a file which is mongodb.js. So inside this class, guys, I will create the connection to my database. So if you're using this database for the very first time, I can just first of all delete this database WhatsApp group. So if you install this MongoDB Community Edition, so it will have this interface. You need to click on the create database button, and then you create your database. Let me call this as WhatsApp group, and you need to provide a collection name. Collection is kind of a table, so let me just provide a collection name as group, and then you create database. So your database is created. Now you need to connect to it. So now I can just copy paste the code, so that code will remain constant. So this is my blog. So this is a whole code, guys. So let me just copy this code here for saving some time. So let me just paste it. You will see that I need to change my database name. So whatever database that is my database name is WhatsApp group. And apart from that, you need to pass two options: use new URL parser and use unified topology. And this is just a basic code that you want. So just copy paste it, and this will have two fields: name and link of the group, WhatsApp group, and link of the group. And this will create this table. You can see that this is a table. It will create group, and we are just exporting it. And now we need to import this file inside our app.js. So we can call this as model, and we need to require it. So require model slash MongoDB. So now we have successfully got the model. You can see that. So now what we want is that we need to make a simple post request, guys, on the home route to save this WhatsApp group which we submit. So now let me just show you. So we are making a post request, as I already told you, on the home route. So when we click this submit button on this add group here, it will make a post request. Now to handle this post request, we are making this. So first of all, in order to get the values that the user has typed, so request.body.name, and for getting the link of the group, we can just have request.body.link. So this code will not work until and unless we make use of body parser. So we need to require it first of all. So const body parser. So it require it. So basically it is kind of a middleware that you need to pass to Express after you initialize your Express app. So it is pretty easy. App.use body parser dot URL encoded, and in the first argument you need to pass extended to false, and also you need to add second middleware, which is body parser dot JSON, like this. So after initializing it, you will see, let me just console log this name and the link on the screen, so that console log name and link. So if I refresh the application, guys, what you will see, this is my application. If I enter any sort of name and any sort of URL, click add group. So hopefully if I see, you will see that the name is there, but the URL is not there. Let me just see, guys. So name is equal to URL. Oh, I think I have made a mistake. This needs to be URL, not link. So now you will see all the two values will get printed. If I again type this, so you will see that all the two values are printed out. And one more thing, guys, inside your form, edit, you can add a attribute which is autocomplete to off. Just add this attribute, which is very much useful. So now, guys, inside this we will make our post request to post the data. But before that, we need to first of all make some validation. So if the name is empty, if any of the fields are empty, then we can't proceed. So I think that the validation is handled on the client side because both the fields are required because we have added these attributes to it. So you can see that we have added the required attributes. So in no kind of situation these two values will be null. So now we need to add the valid URL dependency, which we have valid URL. So we have imported this, we have installed this dependency, which is the valid URL. So now we will pass this. We will first of all check that if the link is a valid one or not. So here guys, we will be uh, there is a function which is there inside this valid URL. Let me just show you. Uh, just wait. So you can see that. Now we will, inside the if condition, we will have a condition valid URL dot, and inside this there is a function which is it is HTTPS URL, and here we need to pass our link. So basically it is telling to us that if it is a valid HTTPS link or not. So if it is a valid one, then we will be proceeding. Now we can just console log that it is a valid link. In the else clause, we need to display a alert message to the user, else clause. So we can just have inside the else block, we can add response dot render. Again we can go to the same file, which is pages slash add or edit, and this time we can add some data to it also. So in order to add the data, we will have a set of curly brackets, and here we need to first of all uh, pass this valid link to false, and in and also when we first of all boot this page here, uh, when we let me just see inside this position. So here also we need to pass here this valid link. This time this valid link will be true because the link is valid because we are loading this for the very first time, but inside this if block we already know that this is not a valid link. So here we will change this value to false. Now we need to receive this value inside our template, which is EJS. Now we need to write a simple alert box just before our form here. You can see that in order to write this condition, we will go to this, and here we need to uh, make this condition. So just wait guys, I am just going to it. So there is a template, there is just kind of syntax here you need to follow here, which is square this angular brackets and then the percentage sign, and inside this you will write your if condition, if and a colon sign valid link, and then you will close this with this symbol once again. So just write the syntax guys. This is a syntax in order to write this EJS template. Inside your if condition you will write your alert box code here. So that code I will copy it inside my application, which is there inside my block. So you will see this is the code here. I will just copy it, paste it here. So now it will tell you that error, please enter a valid URL. So now if I go back to the application, if I click add WhatsApp group, so it is saying to us that missing catch or finally after try. Let me just see. Let me just copy hold this code here guys. You can also copy it. Sometimes on typing code it can create a problem, so that is why I'm copy pasting this code. So you can see that. Now if I refresh it, you will see an error. if I write the name of the group and if I write a invalid URL, click add group. So you will see this error which is says to you, please enter a valid URL. So this is the first validation that we have applied. Now we need to apply the second validation, which is the WhatsApp group invite link. So if it is a valid WhatsApp group invite link or not. So for that we have a separate function that I have created. Let me just show you. This is a function, guys, valid pattern. So in this video will be pretty large if I write this function on my own. So you can even go to this blog and copy paste the code here. So let me just copy this whole code and here inside my app.js I will make this function which is valid pattern. So now we are passing our link here, and now we will compare this to this pattern, which is https chat.whatsapp.com/invite/. So we will just compare this. So if it is equal to exactly this, then we at last we can just return true. So if it doesn't matches, we return false. So it is a simple function, you will understand it. Now we just need to call this function once again, which is a valid pattern. So again we will have a if condition, we will have a valid pattern function, and here we will pass the link. So in the else block we can render out another pages slash add or edit, and this time we can pass two parameters. First will be valid link. So valid link will be true this time because we know that the link is valid, but it is not a valid WhatsApp group invite link. So for that we will have another field which will be, let me show you the what I call that field to. The field is valid WhatsApp. This is a field I called it, so I will paste it here. So valid WhatsApp will be false. And here you also need to provide valid WhatsApp to true because it should be true here. The link is invalid, but the WhatsApp is true. And also you need to pass this valid WhatsApp here also. So this time it will be true. So because we are loading the page for the very first time. Now we need to go to the template, and similarly we need to copy paste this code. At this time I will change this to valid WhatsApp, and the error will change to please enter a valid WhatsApp group invite link. So now if I refresh it, you will see the application. If I type the name, let me just have a valid WhatsApp group link, copy link address, and let me just enter an invalid one. So now you can clearly see that it is an invalid one. If I add group, it should not be a valid link. Let me just see, guys, what is the problem here. So just wait, guys, I am just copy pasting the code here. Just wait. So this is my code here. So you can see that this is a code. Let me just see where we are making the mistake here. So there is also a valid length function also. We need to apply it just before the valid pattern one. So just before you apply valid pattern, there is also one other function which is valid length. So here you need to pass your link to it. So let me just copy that function also. So valid length, this is a function. So just after it. So these are just validation functions. So let me just paste it. We are taking the URL and then we are checking that if it is equal to 55, because WhatsApp group invite link length is 55. So if it is exactly equal to 55, then we are returning 2. Instead, we are returning false. So we can just eliminate this, and also we can pass here valid pattern, and then we can pass our link, and then inside the else block we can again render out the same template which is there. So paste it here. So now if I see, if I write the name of the group, copy paste the, let me just grab the WhatsApp group invite link, copy link address, so now it is a valid link. Here you can see that valid link. So if I submit once again, if I add some kind of error here, so this is the invalid one. So now I will got an error, please enter a valid WhatsApp group invite link. So you can see that. So now if I check the link, so this is the message which is coming here. So in order to close this, you can just take the CDN of Bootstrap. Just click on Bootstrap CDN and you need the JavaScript CDN. So here, this will be the JavaScript one. So copy it and go to your this template here. And just after the jQuery, you need to paste it. Sorry, just make a script tag. In the source, paste it. And now after all these validation, we will now be in a position to insert this record inside the database. So now in order to insert the data inside the database, we will take the model which we have initialized here. So this is a model which we have. So now we will be invoking a function to it, const data, and we will use the model.find function, and we will pass a set of curly brackets. So this will get all the data which is there inside the database. And now we need to go to your this post request. So inside this post request, we need to insert the data. So for inserting the data, guys, we need to uh, let me just copy paste all the code here. This video will be pretty large. I think this video is crossing a lot of minutes. So you see that, guys, when we make a post request from the home route, so first of all, add this code here. We need to transfer all this code into a separate function. So make a separate function update, sorry, insert group, and it will have its own request response, and we need to paste this code here. And inside app.post, we will be copy pasting this code here. So let me just paste this code here. So this code generally means that we are checking for a entry which will be there inside the form, that is underscore id. So inside this form we will be having a hidden field here. So just inside the form here we will have a hidden field. So that hidden field will be the actual id of the group which is inserted. So let me just see here. Let me just show you the ID here. This will be the ID. This will be the input type hidden. You can see that. So basically this input type hidden field will tell you either we are making a update request or we are making a request to post a new group. So this will get the record dot underscore ID,